All right, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Karatazar here of Great Millstone, Atlanta. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And also peace and safety to the Akim that spread across the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth with all diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. I'm just back here again with another lesson. Going into a tribe breakdown. This time is Benjamin. Which is in the Hebrew Benjamin, which means son of the right, which consists of you West Indians. Such as Jamaicans, Trinidadians, and so on and so forth. You make up the tribe of Benjamin, which is a part of the southern kingdom of the nation of Israel, which the other two are Judah and Levi. But this, lesson is predominantly going to focus on Benjamin. And I'm going to just jump right into it, and Lord willing is edifying. So this is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 27. And it says, Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. All right. So, this is really pretty much talking about how, Benjamin, West Indies, Jamaicans, they have a lot of songs, basically speaking of, Babylon falling, chanting down, Babylon and, speaking of the Israelites, for instance, let me see. Yeah, Desmond Decker, he had the song The Israelites. Let me see if I can play a little bit of it.
I love when you stress me to be ready because you say we're leaving like right now, and you're still.
Get up in the morning, slaving for bread, son, so that every mouth can be fed. Oh, me Israelites. Get up in the morning, slaving for bread, son, so that every.
Yeah, so that's just a little bit of it. You had many. Let me just see songs. You had Chant Down Babylon with Bob Marley. You also had Rivers of Babylon. So it's that's always Boney M. So that prophecy links up with who that tribe is. And also here it says Benjamin. Oh, what happened? Genesis 49 and 27. So the prophecy also says Benjamin shall raven as a wolf. Now, when you search up, when you search, why do wolves howl? And it says wolves howl mainly as a way to communicate with each other across long distances. Here are the main reasons. Coordinating the pack. A howl can help wolves regroup if they're spread out while hunting or traveling. Marking territory. The chorus of howls warns other wolf packs this area is taken. Locating each other. Lone wolves or separated pack members can find each other by following the sound. Social bonding. Howling together strengthens the pack's unity, kind of like a wolf choir rehearsal. And all of this really is spiritual because, when you look at it, this is what, the tribes are doing, gathering themselves back together. When you read, what's that, Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, let me get that. It's for sake of edification. Ezekiel 37:16 says, "Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel and his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become in thine hand." That's going into, the tribes, basically coming back together. And the Lord is using, Benjamin, to do that, especially, the brothers that come from that tribe, So that goes to show you, as Benjamin shall raven as a wolf, the Lord is looking at things in the spiritual eye as well, and it's not a coincidence why, a lot of Benjamites make that type of music, Let me see. That, man. Yeah, Bob Marley, Babylon Systems, the Meladonians, the Rivers of Babylon, Sizzler, Kalanji, Babylon will fall, so there's not a coincidence, man, it's just linking right up with prophecy, okay? So that's what, that part of Benjamin is speaking about. Okay, so it says, in the morning, he shall devour the prey. The morning is basically going into when Yahweh Shah returns, and that prey, being Esau. Okay, and the Lord, like I said before, the Lord is going to use Benjamin, to, help devour the prey. That's why when you go into it, the meaning of Benjamin, which means son of the right. All right, which I got. Here, Deuteronomy 33 and verse 12, it says, "And Benjamin, he said, the beloved of the Lord Yahweh shall dwell in safety by him. The Lord shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders." So that goes to show you how close Benjamin is to the Lord. Matter of fact, as you can see on the right of your screen, the same verse, in the BBE version. It says, "In Benjamin, he said, Benjamin is the loved one of the Lord. He will be kept safe at all times. He will be covered by the Most High, resting between his arms." You see, so the Lord is protecting Benjamin, man, because he's close to him. And that's why the Spirit has it to where they have songs of that nature. Somewhat spiritual, to a certain extent, but, they don't have it all the way, of course, but they still have that zeal. Okay. So, going back to Deuteronomy chapter 4, it's like Genesis chapter 49 and verse 27, just to finish it off. It says, "In the morning he shall devour the prey. So I said, like I said before, the morning going into Yahushua returning and the prey being Esau, it says, and at night he shall divide the spoil. All right, so just like, pack of wolves, they hunt, in groups, and then they divide the spoils, man. They divide, what was taken. So matter of fact, let me get that word, spoils. It says goods stolen or taken forcibly from a person or place. It says, matter of fact, let me get in, in a blue letter. I don't know why I keep reading like that. Spoil. It says prey, plunder, spoil, or booty. So the prey, the Esau's prey, which the prey, which is Esau, the spoils are going to be divided. All right. Matter of fact, let me get this in Isaiah. I'm going to go ahead and close up in a second. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. You see? So that goes, into Esau, man. From all the rape and robbing and thieving that he's done throughout the generations. The Lord is going to use, the elect, of these tribes, to basically get their payback on Esau, man. Because they what they've done, has been wicked. Okay. And the Lord, just for sake of this, general topic, the Lord is going to use the tribe of Benjamin, which let me pull up a map, it's like that's what I meant to do too. The Lord is going to use these, these tribes, to basically to get their get back, on, Esau, Edom, man, and these other nations, and it's rightfully so. Okay. And see Jamaica here, you got Grill, Montego Bay, Kingston, Jamaica, which I believe it's the capital. You got Trinidad and Tobago. The Lord is going to use these, the people that stem from these, land masses, the elect of them to get back on Esau, man. Okay. So that's what, the tribe of Benjamin consists of. So Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to go ahead and close up by giving all praises, honor, and glory into Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great